Hello, well again, Ian. Today I'll be discussing the notes which has been given to you. You'll find that in the web page for Commerce Department, and it has also been given to you through the notes that have been collected from the school. Today I'll be looking at 5.1 economic growth and development, and this is also in the page with some background music. Economic growth and development. First one, defining economic growth. Economic growth is an increase in the national income or GDP over time. So the gross domestic product GDP is a total of all the value of goods and services produced in the country. So when you add up all the goods and all the services produced, that is GDP. That becomes our national income, what we are able to produce, buy or sell. And that's a GDP. The growth in the GDP shows that we are having economic growth. There's more economic activity going on, more buying and selling. And on this graph, you will see that the GDP fell in 2020, mainly because of the lockdown uh, during COVID-19. Definition for economic development is the progress of an economy. So that means we have been having economic growth that result in the improvement on standard of living for the people. So over time, and this can be measured by dividing the GDP, total GDP divided by the population, which we have GDP per capita. Okay? That's the measurement economists use. There are other measurement, but specifically this is one of the one that have been used for. You'll learn more in economics. So it shows the growth in income of the people or the share of what people are able to enjoy goods and services. Interpreting that as a increase in standard of living. The next one is unemployment. Topic on unemployment. So unemployment, one of the measurement of development, where people are having work and able to satisfy their goods and their needs and wants through the production of goods and services. So unemployment refers to those people who are willing to work but unable to find a job, which is the definition for involuntary unemployment. Willing to work but unable to find a job. Voluntary is those people who do not want to go to work, maybe because of the wage rate is too low, or maybe because they are unable to work due to physical impairment. Before next page, we have causes of unemployment. There are many causes of unemployment. One, that is spending by business. When the business go through a reform and they reduce the workforce, that's where people go unemployed. It has happened in Fiji in some of the um, workplaces where most of people are being unemployed because the company go through some changes to reduce spending. High wage rate. When you have high wage rate, the wage is very expensive for the employer, and therefore they employ less. Uneducated workforce, unable to employ people because they are uneducated or unskilled, and overpopulation. There's a lot of people but less job. Next one is the effect of unemployment. Effect of unemployment. Uh, Being unemployed, it hurts the worker and the family because they will now have to be living with their saving. Uh, there's inadequate income, loss of self-respect. You can see this person here being stressed, sleep disorder, eating disorder due to unemployment. We have increase in crime, declining in standard of living. On the chart here, we have 2010, the unemployment rate increased in 2020. We know it is because of COVID-19 lockdown. Economic effect, waste of resources, our labor is a resource. We have mental and physical resources which is unused. Lost loss of opportunity costs, unemployment, unemployed personal time, low saving results. Okay, this one we may learn in high level of economics where people are able to work, able to save, then save, spend and save the money goes around. Unemployment is one of the place because the unemployment, a lot of unemployment, people are not spending because they don't have the income to spend. Businesses are suffering because there's money are not coming in because they're not able to sell goods and services. Therefore, it trickle down to more unemployment. Last one, what does the government do? Number one, foreign direct investment. Overseas investors coming in to invest, make business, setting up business, creating employment. Number two, free education, making people get education and get a decent job. Next one, development of rural areas to stop rural urban drift. Control population size so that we have this population and the job available. Decrease automation, machine taking over job, it's automation, and reduce salaries of top level so that we can have more people employed rather than just paying one person with a lot of money. Okay, that is all. Hope it will be enough for this particular topic. See you in the next class.